Hi, Taurus. This is Messages of Love 711. My name is Kate, and this is a collective reading for the sign of Taurus. So I have pulled 3 cards from a very high vibrational 5D messages deck called Starseed Oracle. And I will, in addition to that, I will pull a card to show us the optimal energy to embrace at this time in order to flow with the energies of the universe. And then we will also pull a final message from your higher self. The first card we have here is consciousness, and it says expanding your viewpoint, focus on the bigger picture, and communing with source. So at the moment, there may be a little bit too much focus on the details and looking into the details of all the things. And what this is asking you to do is to kind of pull back into that mode of the observer mode, looking at the bigger picture. Pull back. So the way I want to express this is visually imagine a jar, and imagine this jar is just full of rocks and sand and fireflies and just all kinds of a mixture of elements and variables, right? You put a jar on, you shake it up, and then things just kind of go crazy and they're shook up and they're a little chaotic. That's kind of like how I feel about life. It's just like it's chaotic when you're in the jar. But if you can pull back and look at the jar from a higher perspective with a greater awareness of the why was the jar shook? What happened as a result of that? How will those fireflies benefit from the shaking that just took place? Maybe it'll wake them up. Who knows? There's reasons for everything, and it's all kind of gifted to us in a way from the universe. And we may not see it in the moment because we're so engrossed in the detail, but if you pull back, you can always start to piece together, oh, why is that happening? What is the purpose of that? And oh, that happened because I needed to get to this place. Very simple example. You're in a relationship, it ends. Why me? It's so sad. What's going on? What did I do wrong? What did they do wrong? When you pull back, you realize it was the end of a cycle. There was no more growth happening in that relationship. It may have been karmic, it may not, but it was something that needed to end. But guess what? There's that opening or closing of that relationship opens up opportunities for other people to come into your life, for other experiences to happen for you in your life. So there's a reason. So pull back and look at the bigger picture. Stop studying those details so closely at this time, okay? It says, being your higher self, soul star, being your higher self, messages from home, and authentic presence. So this is really important about messages from home. A lot of signs are starting to see these. So we all have teams, guides, spirit guides, and such, and ancestors that guide us and watch over us. You yourself, if this is resonating for you, you're probably a starseed. And if you don't know what that is, I do have a video. I think it's highlighted on my YouTube, Messages of Love 711, that explains starseeds and light workers and how to know if you are one. So you might want to check that out. I can also put a link in the description below. But if you're here and this is resonating with you, likely you're a starseed and or a light worker, more likely a light worker, which is a starseed that's activated. So soul star is tapping in, or gaining that. When you get to the point where you're being the observer in your own life, it's like you're a higher vibrational. You've kind of ascended the ladder of the spiritual ascension, right? You've gotten to a point where you can actually kind of merge with your higher self and look at things from as they play out in your 3D life from a 5D perspective. So this is kind of where you are, or your team is leading you to. So by you focusing too much to the 3D details, you may be restricting yourself a little bit from making that progress that your team knows that you want to make. So maybe let loose and trust and surrender that your team has your back, right? That the universe has your back. And just remember to carry that energy of your home within you and be the authentic you. Right. Alchemy is the third message that we have, and this says transforming the darkness, being the magic, and creating something new. So clearly there's something in your path that is about, looks like transmuting and actually playing to your personal strengths. You probably have gifts from perhaps other incarnations, from the quantum, but your mission here is to create something new with what your gifts are. So remember to pull out of those details a little bit, Taurus, and let yourself surrender to this process and trust. Things are going to happen. You're not always going to know in the very moment why they're happening, but trust the universe and you in the quantum, your higher self, has a much higher perspective. They're wanting you to tap into that so you can understand why the things are happening, so that you can trust and move forward with what your mission is. And this mission is about something that you're creating anew, and probably for humanity and the collective. Beautiful. So let's take a look at your next card here. And this card is going to be the energy to embrace. We have 3 cards. Look at here. 3 cards pop out. Storyteller. You share deep truths that connect others to empathy and understanding. This is an amazing card to tell you that there's something in you. And as a very social sign, usually, Taurus, you are gifted in the art of communication and just connecting, even if you're not a big talker, but just connecting with people, even if it's just your energy connecting with other energy. And the stories that you're telling, the deep truths that you have within you, you're able to connect with others and share that, and that's resonating with others. So keep doing that, and that's part of the creation path that you're on. Way shower, clearly, Taurus. So you walk your talk and set an enlightened example of highest authenticity. So you are going to be continuing to show the world how to move forward, how to embrace all that you are, and that we are all connected. And you're going to be setting an example with your authenticity moving forward, and that is going to be a way that you create. The last one that you have is hero. You have a keen sense of purpose and are known for courageous achievements. That is true. That is true, Taurus. So now it is important for you to remember to pull back, let go of some of those details for the moment, and embrace authenticity. And as you do this, you're going to be setting this beautiful example, whether you know it or not, for others around you who really, really need your light. Have a blessed day, Taurus.